Welcome to Lifted in Love, a vibrant Christian talk show where real stories meet real encounters with God. Each episode brings you powerful, unfiltered testimonies showcasing the goodness of the gospel and the transformational love of Jesus Christ. If you're seeking hope, healing, or simply a reminder that change is possible, you've come to the right place. This space is designed to uplift your soul and equipped you with truth. Our mission? To share the goodness of the gospel through life-changing testimonies that transform, empower, and equip every viewer. So what can you expect? Prepare for real stories of transformation, encouraging conversations that lift your spirit and hope for the broken. Experience healing for the wounded and empowerment through the Word of God. Join us for inspiring sit-down interviews with everyday people who have encountered the extraordinary love of Jesus. Geared to transform, built to empower, called to equip. Welcome to Lifted in Love.
Lifted in love, where hope comes alive. Sharing our stories, helping hearts rise. Together we rise, together we grow. Welcome to Lifted in Love. Welcome to Lifted in Love.
Welcome to another episode of Lifted in Love Kingdom Conversations. I'm your host, Prophetess Sherry-Ann Marshall. And with me tonight is Minister Akila. I'm very familiar with her. She's actually one of the members of the ministry that I am co-pastor of, and also a great friend of mine for many years. Welcome, Minister Akila. Welcome so much to Lifted in Love. You look so amazing.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It's indeed a pleasure to be here.
The glory of God is all over you.
Amen. To God be the glory.
Now, Minister, before we dive into your powerful testimony, can you introduce yourself to our audience?
Yes, absolutely. All right, so I'm Minister Akila. Like as prophetess would have said, I'm a member, faithful and thankful member of PPPMI. A tremendous blessing, to be here. I'm an artist and a housekeeper by profession, a worshiper, a complete lover of Jesus, and
Amen. That's powerful, Minister. On that note, can you take us to your childhood? How was your childhood? Mm-hmm. And what was life for you growing up as a young girl?
Certainly. Well, life for me, it has been interesting. It has been very interesting. There's 4 of us in total. Myself and my 2 other sisters, along with my brother that passed away 2 years ago. But growing up, we were very close. We had fun times and there were difficult times.
Yes.
But some of the fun times for sure that I can share, was we would have our own fun. Basically just myself and my 2 sisters. My brother wasn't living with us. My brother was living with my aunt from my father's side. So it was just the girls with my mom. And the good times was we used to play a lot of board games. We had Monopoly. It was so serious. We actually used to play a lot of wrestling. we used to play wrestling, and it tag teaming. So 1 minute I'm the referee, next minute and we like 1, 2, 3 tap out.
Yes.
So we had our own fun. We never really was given tap devices.
Right.
Never had a device. Never had a device. So we had to find different ways, to engage and occupy. Yeah. So it was it was fun on that note. You know, and bonding wise too, you know, we were very close coming up
Yes.
to a certain point.
Oh, amazing.
To a certain point.
Now that you said that, I know you had a very devastating loss
Yes.
at a very young age, at the tender age of 7 years old.
Yes,
The
please.
loss of your father. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, that was the most horrible news for me, especially at that time, because one, my father, I had honestly loved my father way more than my mom. That's the truth. And both myself and my brother, we were, you know, what you would call favorites.
Yes.
But he didn't used to make it, you know, to make the others uncomfortable. So I was very close with my father, very, very close. And
can you share a bit about him?
yeah, he was a drug dealer, very big popular drug dealer, and a well-respected one too. And he, even in that kind of life, he still had a job, a day job, right? But he, you know how you would say people are still nice, but they make the wrong choices, or they do things that we would call not good, you know, but still is a nice person.
Yes, I understand.
So he was like that, you know, and I knew my father to always be strong. He was always one that protected us and provided, you know. And so coming up for me, he was my role model, because we came up in that lifestyle. He being a drug dealer, we were open up to a lot of things, you know, seeing guns and marijuana and stuff like that at very early. But he would try all the time, obviously, not to have us involved in it.
Right.
He would sometimes lock the door, you know, but you still, as children, you're peeping.
You're curious,
You're peeping, you know. And but for me personally, he was very strong. He was reliable, and he was a no-nonsense person. So you couldn't, I mean, you could have probably touched other things, but don't trouble his children and his possessions are his trouble.
Minister, when you say he was a no-nonsense person, can you share a situation that will make you come to that conclusion? He is no-nonsense.
Absolutely, with pleasure. I remember in primary school, we all went to St. Mary's Primary School, and there was one particular time that I actually forgot my games clothes at home, and the PE teacher at the time, he was so upset, and he sent me to the deputy principal's office. And this, I do not know at the time what level of demon possessed this man. I do not know, but he was so angry, and he took 3 cricket stumps.
That's the deputy principal.
The deputy principal took 3 cricket stumps and beat me with them on my behind.
Oh my goodness.
3 simply for not having my games closed. So I couldn't participate in games. And, you know, as a result, that was my punishment. First of all, actually, the PE teacher, I had to write 75 lines saying I must not forget my games closed, you know. And then after that, then I was taken to the office and was beaten, with 3 cricket stumps. And so, you know, for me, I'm crying. So the evening my father came, he would always pick us up every single evening. And he came and he saw me crying really bad. And he was, obviously, he's not interested in a whole lot of long talk. The only thing is, what happened to you, you know? And I didn't tell him. I was just crying. I didn't tell him, but my sisters did. My sisters told him the exact thing. We got beat from the deputy principal and stuff with 3 cricket stunts. He went bizarre. The fact that it was 3 crickets, not even 1 nor 2, but 3. And for what reason, you know, they would have told him and stuff. My father went from 1 to 100 in a second. He ran out of the the where we were at school, he will always park behind the school, right by the side gate, and he ran to his vehicle.
Oh, dear.
And his vehicle, he would every single day, I used to watch him sharpen a cutlass every day. Every single morning he would up doing, his normal routine and different things. And in the midst of that routine, he would sharpen a cutlass every day. And he had it all the time. He would always have it at the side pocket of his the car door, the right side pocket, and he went for that sword. And listen, the rest was history. He barged back, he pulled my hand and dragged me. And by then he's not trying to hide the sword either. He was like that. He literally was like that. And because of the lifestyle he lived, and well respected, and having connections in the force, he would have done so much things and wasn't charged.
Or he would get away with them.
Very much so.
Yes.
He was very, very, very well known and very influential. So a lot of things, he just was a person that didn't care if he won't trouble you like that. But if you do touch anything that concerns him, well, you're asking for trouble. So he dragged me across the pastor, and we went straight to the car park. And by then my sister is following me, and the whole school now, of course, because here it is, you literally walking, people looking at a man, look if he's a madman, walking across the school pastor with a cutlass in his hand, screw face, bend face,
and pulling a child.
So that kind of it alerted all kinds of attention. All of the staff came out, wanted to know what was happening. When we got to the car park, he was shouting and yelling and said, "Tell me who it is, tell me who it is." And all of them came out, and he was pointing. He told me, "Point right now and tell me who it is that hit you." And by then the police, the principal was inside calling the police and saying, you got a madman on these premises and stuff. But he didn't care, so he think, and when I point, I'm so scared because I know what he's capable of. Right? I know what he's capable of. And I there pointing, scared, obviously want to feel good, yes, that my daddy come to save me, but still knowing the outcome.
Yes, and he has a cutlass in his hand.
And the anger temper went from 1 to 1,000, and you touch my little girl, So when I point, he marched up to the deputy principal. At the time his name was Mr. Cadogan. He walked up to him, and he took it and placed it on his temple, literally slap it on his temple. The guy had blood dripping down, and he said, "Listen to me, if you ever touch or hit my daughter or any child of mine again, I am going to slice your head clean off."
Oh my goodness.
And everybody heard, everybody witnessed.
And what did the guy say, or what did he do?
He stood there and he wet himself in the car park.
I can imagine.
He wet himself.
Sorry for laughing, but that sounds.
It was because
serious.
And when you're angry, there's a particular
temper that he had. Yes.
And you have that particular presence that it intimidates you. And so he was there, and the police was called already, and the principal said, leave the premises. The police called. He said, "I don't care nothing about you or the police. I have them where I want them."
That's what he said.
I have them where I want them.
Right.
But that for sure, there were so many encounters with him. You don't ever want to cross him. And we came up like that. I remember he embedded in us, don't ever take nobody lash. Stand up and fight.
Right.
Don't ever back down. That's something he used to, was like obviously know what we would call an affirmation, but back then it was like that was our schooling from our father.
Right.
Just be strong, be alert, be just don't be a wimp. That's the kind of lifestyle.
So you were given permission not to take anybody's lash.
Absolutely.
So did you take that advice?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
I very much did. I very much did, because coming up, I didn't used to like to no, but don't hit me. You know, before in primary school, I was still a little soft. So before really coming into that, I used to cry a lot.
Right.
So you had people want to protect you. I didn't really used to be bullied at primary school level. Just this one guy that used to keep picking on me, you know, and my sister, she was more of a tomboy at the time.
Right.
And Asha will always step in.
Are your twins? Actually, your twin sister.
That's my twin sister. And she will step in. And I remember this one time where he was teasing me on the pastor. And I started to cry, you know. I started shooting away and stuff and still was crying. And he was like, you know, obviously telling you about your weight and stuff. You know, that's where you're fat or whatever the case is. And my sister heard and she came out, and where on the pastor you had a lot of dry coconuts. And my sister took up one of the dry coconuts and burst his head.
What?
Yeah. She was.
But obviously she's getting that permission and that advice from your dad to not take anybody's lash.
Yeah, and
she felt like this was the right thing to do.
Yeah, because I was being picked on from that particular guy. I don't know why, but he just used to pick on me, right? And that was when I was soft.
Right, at that
you
time.
know, from that time, I mean, I never sit down and just be crying and take no thought, no nothing. I just, you know, went into a place where the daddy advice kicked in, you know, and you just be like, he used to always be like, I'm raising up punks. Y'all are gangsters. I'm raising gangsters.
He began to speak that over you.
Yeah, I raising
So you began to manifest that behavior.
Yes, please.
Eventually.
Yes, please.
Oh, but you know, it now makes me wonder, I should say.
Yeah.
What happened after that? You know, he died at when you were 7 years old.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Yeah, we were both myself and as my sister. We were 7. Actually, we were just a month before we turned 8 years old when he passed away. Just a month away, because he passed away in November, and he died from a setup. It wasn't from the sickness or anything. His best friend at the time, a very, very, very close friend, he was so trusted. You know, my father trusted him like a friend, a brother. He would eat with us, sleep by us, you know, you name it. He never lacked anything. So
your father
he
used to take care of him
very much, and he knew the whereabouts and the personal details of what happens with my father. And this one particular time, he would have gathered him and some other friends on the block that they too fast, just didn't fancy my father too much. Of course, they wanted the attention and the recognition and, you know, the influence that my father had. He was respected all across different blocks, you know. So he wanted that, and he couldn't get it. He used to copy and mimic my father so much. Every little thing. I mean, if my father wear up, he locks up high, he want go and grow locks and wear up high too.
Okay.
He used to, and then my father had locks all the way down, dragging on the ground, was short, man. And the guy used to mock everything, you know. And so he knew all the whereabouts, and it was a Sunday. I'll never forget that, because it was the most devastating news. It was a Sunday. He had, what usually happens is that on Sundays he used to take all of us on bike rides. So there was many bikes, you know, and the personal bike is what we would always go on, a big bikes, you know, and he would fit all 4 of us
Wow.
on the bike with him, and he would take us, driving us around on bikes, and I love that, you know, that's for us, that was like a fun adventure with Daddy, you know. But he did that, and then every single weekend after the bike rides, he would take us for ice cream, every single thing. So that happened. He took us back home, and then he leave again. I went to pay a bill down by a shop in Westbury Road, and lo and behold, now of course the man knew that he was going there to pay the bill. Everything was set up down to detail.
Wow.
Every single thing. And we heard all the news, you know, it came over how this man was shot. Now, Prophetess, he wasn't just shot once. Everything was, as I say, set up. My father got 9 shots.
My God.
That is what killed him.
That's devastating.
9 bullets. The last, and the thing about it, the 8th bullet, he was just panting. That's how, I mean, he was so strong. He was a Rastafarian too, so he didn't used to eat meat, period. You know, and I watched him with his lifestyle coming up. He was very strict and disciplined. Obviously in the wrong things, but he was very disciplined, you know. And all of that, he staged the couple guys, he gathered a couple of them that had the same motive, and all of them were in the bushes, wait till he was passing, parked the bike, got out, and he didn't get to pay the bill.
My God.
And they shot him, and they made sure that he was down, dropped on the ground. But as if that was not enough, because they went over him and shoot him to make sure he's dead. To make sure he's dead. So they wanted to not cripple him or injure him. They wanted to take him out.
Totally take him out.
Yeah, and hearing that news, I mean, it was, Prophetess, for me personally, it was like life ended, because my life was surrounded a lot around my father. Right. I had looked up to him so much, you know, and I, you know, back then, obviously in that life, I wanted to be like him. Right. So
he was your role model.
He was my role model. Very.
And that's what love looked like to you, because he's showing you, he's there, you know, in your life, and this is your only example of love.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Now,
before you go any further, what came out of it? Was the guy arrested?
No, he died the next day. They tracked him down.
Oh, so it was like a retaliation after?
Yeah, they tracked him down. I mean, the span was, he was given a week to find him, because it was death threats was sent out to.
Oh, they give him a week.
They give the man a week.
Your father's crew.
Yeah. They give I mean, not only my father's crew, all the blocks that my father influenced. Right. You know, so all of them gang together. And they made a bulletin out on every possible way, and said, y'all, if they actually put it to the police, and said, if you don't find this man before we find him, he is dead. In the most brutal way. And they said it, and they meant it, you know, because really and truly they now kill the leader. He now kill their leader, you know. My father was their leader. So it was blood for blood. I mean, it was so bad, right, Prophetess, that block life is so serious, you know. So he was given that little charge. You better find him. They give the police that charge. You better find him, or we will find him.
Wow.
And
so he died a week later.
He died. He didn't even make the week.
He didn't make the week.
He didn't make the week. He didn't, because they said, honestly, they didn't even want the police to be involved, because they wanted the little Jerry, that was his name. They wanted him and all that would have accompanied him to suffer.
My God.
So they track him down. They track him down, and listen, the death that he had, I mean, it was It was so bad. You will even feel for him.
Wow. So he was also shot dead.
Not only shot, he was stabbed, stabbed up. He hands get cut off, foot cut off,
That's
and
brutal.
then shot. See, before, obviously, you know, he's on, he last breath, and just for fun's sake, they just firing shots. He's already dying, but just for fun's sake,
right?
You know, and just to send a message across the board, what you done, that's a death penalty for you.
This is serious.
Yeah.
Now, Minister, how was it for you, like, after you learned that your father was killed? I know you said that you took it hard.
Yeah.
So what were some of the things that you battled with after your father died?
I took it really, really hard. Of course, I was full with so much anger, plague, to be exact, with anger. I remember I was so heartbroken, you know, and for me personally, it impacted me in the worst and negative way, because then I had no sorts of feelings or trust for nobody. And when the funeral came, it was so bad that I jumped in the ground where you will put the coffin, and the pallbearers, the guys would just be there. The little girl ain't pull she out, and they pull me out. And I remember uttering the words, there wasn't nothing else to live for. I remember uttering those words at a little age. I remember saying, well, there ain't nothing else to live for. Let me go and let me just go with my father.
Wow.
You know, it was so horrible. And so it was pain, it was betrayal, you know, it was a whole lot of built up anger, built up, because I'm here saying, of course, we knew him, so we used to call him uncle, because he was always around.
That's the guy that
died,
right? That set up for your dad. To die.
He was so close to us, you know, so we used to call him uncle. We wouldn't think that that's what he would have done, you know. So for me, it stained my life coming up,
right?
And my early walk, it stained it, and I had no love for friends. It was so bad that when people try to connect, it was, hard to trust them. Hard to trust. I didn't used to trust anybody. And, you know, as a result, going in school, we honestly used to fight a lot. So much anger. Me and my sister, both of us went at Arose, and we used to fight a lot. The anger built up.
Just
Here
wanted
is
to take it out on people.
You're just dealing with grief, you know, and that's not even processed.
Right.
And then
did you get counseling?
No.
Oh, right. So you was forced to just handle it on your own.
Handle it on my own.
My God.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
Yeah.
And let me ask you, I know after your father's death, you was exposed to sexual abuse.
Yes, please.
Can you tell us about that?
Yes, please. So this now was from my mom's brother, which is my uncle. Of course, I was 8 at the time, and he was in and out because he was always in jail. So he was literally in jail from, my mom had told me, from 16 all up to 40 something, in and out of jail, you know. But whenever he's out of jail, he will always be around. And I remember my mom had told him, well, if you got stop, because he would be a lot with theft and theft charges a lot. You know, my mother's side was mainly more the calmer version, if I had to compare violence wise, you know. But he was more on a lot of theft. His hands was so light. He would even thief you. He would thief you if you ain't even careful.
You know, the people call it feather fingers.
Like telling you butter, feather, whatever, fingers, you know. And but my mom had given him a chance, because a lot of people had given up on him because of obviously consistent.
And it's a spirit too.
It's a serious spirit. But my mom was still really helping him, you know. So she gave him a place we had a shed in our yard, and she told him, well, if you gonna, once you don't thief nothing from me,
Okay,
you know,
lodging.
I will give you, you know, you could stay here. Because he was in Green Hill, and he thief the people laptop, he thief the people flat screen TV. Again, it came over the news again, again, you know. So it was a serious demonic pattern,
spirit,
a very serious spirit. And what happened then after is that when my mom gave him the shed, they said, well, you know, because it was just a store area. So, but he had turned it beautifully. He mixed it up, turned it around nice, and it was a bedroom. He made it look so sweet, you know, and he stayed there with us. And I remember looking up to him a lot because he was close. Whenever he came, he was always nice, and he was close to us. So, you know, I am not suspecting that my uncle looking at me funny. I am not, because here it is, I now lost my father, and so I'm looking now, the next male figure in our life is my uncle. You know, so I'm looking at it as, okay, he can be trusted. He's there. You know, he's nice. He gives us things. He used to come and bring us a whole set. I mean, even from all the things he thief and sell the stuff, he used to bring us back things. So he wasn't greedy with you know, he thief and share. You know, but he took advantage. He just saw me more than a niece.
And I guess too, the sharing was to rope you in. The sharing was not really a genuine sharing, but it's to try to push.
It was literally a bait. It was a bait. And so I remember one day of afternoon, I was outside hanging out clothes, and he just came out of, you know, where he was staying outside, and he was there saying, you know, let me help you and stuff. And you know, as a little girl, genuinely, you're not thinking nothing by that, you know. And then one day, sometimes he would come and he would touch me in a sort of way, wrongfully, obviously.
Very
inappropriate. Inappropriate. And sometimes they say, oh, no, you could come, you know, you're grieving differently with your father. Let me comfort you, you know, and come and sit down on my lap, and then you would touch, and I'd be like, but that's not.
Because even though you're small, you realize, well, this ain't a normal.
This is not. But my father never touched me like that. You know, my father thinks even so cute. You know, so I'm here like, of course, I'm dealing with how my father was and how nice and too calm he is, and I'm like, but you ain't supposed to
be like this.
You ain't supposed to be like this, you know. And it used to keep going on, right? So one day, I remember one day, he would always come when everybody's sleeping, and would come in my bedroom, you know, and do what he did, you know. And it happened consistently for 5 years.
My God.
5 years I had to encounter that. You know, and I'm like, you know, it got to a point.
You said it started that when you were 8 years old.
8 years old. And I got to a point where I was just fed up.
That's traumatic.
You know, I'm just fed up. I now lost my father. Here is this man that I'm supposed to look up to as a father molesting me. So you have to silently deal with all of that. And then he will constantly say, well, you know, it's not wrong, you know. And you know, he will always say, like, make it think that is your fault. Manipulation. And I mean, some days you'll be there, you know, and he will bring stuff for my sisters and I, but he will bring the biggest bag so he will bring a little plastic bag with stuff for my 2 sisters, but when it comes to me, bring a black garbage bag.
He give you more. He give me
so much,
because he knows what he was doing.
And he was arrested again shortly after for theft again. And I remember he was in prison and literally writing me. Can you imagine writing me every single week? I'm getting letters from prison, from Dodds. Love notes.
Really?
Love notes.
Oh my goodness.
Can you imagine? Love, no, and there's no other, the letters are not addressed to nobody. You know, the one letter my mom got, that's how you doing and stuff. Then you come and see me. But now for me, it was just, you know, addressed to Aquila. And so when I read something, so I open and read, I said, this man's sick. How can you be, you know, to that sort of level?
Right.
Not only with a young girl, a little girl, but your niece.
Your niece, yeah.
You know, and it was so comfortable. So I got to a point, sometimes he used to tell me, stop it, it's not right.
So these love letters was when you were older.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you got older.
Because he was in prison. He had stayed about 7 years then in prison. Then he came out. He was doing a lot of years on some charges, because some of them was mixed with theft and violence.
Right.
Obviously, you know, reacting. So if somebody caught him,
right,
you know,
he would
fight to get away. And, you know, so he had a lot of different mixed charges sometimes. And as a teenager coming up, he was sending me religiously notes, how I miss you, or you're not coming and see me at the prison, you know, I coming out soon to be with you, you know.
Devil is a liar.
An uncle, you know, just demonic, demonic stronghold, you know. So it, for me, that sank me even more, Prophetess.
Yeah, but speaking on that, before you go any further, how did that combination of grief, betrayal, and sexual abuse begin to shape your sense of worth and identity?
Oh my goodness, that it was negative. It negatively shaped me and impacted me to the point where, as I said, I turned more to violence. I started partying. You know, I started drinking. Here it is. I have, for me now, I'm empty. I feel disgusted, you know. And, you know, he would always say, you know, it's not your fault, with one breath. And then with the next breath, he said, you know, it's just so hard to resist, you know. And because of how you had a shape before, you know, you hard to resist and stuff. And, you know, it stained. Listen, it stained my secondary school lifestyle. That coming up in that time span.
Yes.
I had turned a whole lot to violence. So if I didn't fight, I used to be miserable. If I didn't take and, you know, premeditate something in my mind, I didn't feel normal, you know. So I used to premeditate things, how I would do things to people and on what time and how. You understand? And I was very comfortable in doing it because I'm battling with so much different things. There's nobody to talk to, no counselor to relate to, nobody. So I'm forced to deal with all of that on top of school with peer pressure. Right. You know, so I had to deal with it. And I turned to partying. I turned to drinking. I started having a love and a longing for partying, fetting. We will just be going clubbing.
That's after school or during school?
During school and after school.
Okay.
And then it was just, especially drinking, I started turning a whole lot, just diving in a lot on smoking, you know, because it used to numb me, you know. It used to numb me to the pain. I just used to want it go away. And then you get up, after you done high and all of that, you get up and you come back down seeing, and the thing is still there staring at you.
Minister, I want to ask you, what do you think that you were searching for, the different environments and the different things that you were engaging in, like smoking and stuff? What do you think you were really looking for? That's
the thing. If I be honest, I don't even know what I was searching for, because I had given up on love. I literally started to hate men. I was so disgusted with men. I didn't trust them. And I started even in coming in, sometimes, you know, I used to got them wrapped around my finger, basically, because they used to brag of how they would use girls, cheat on girls, leave girls. So I used to do it to them, you know. I used to think them, and then it was a case where I I didn't used to feel for them either. So if you say anything out the way, you're gonna get beat. I used
You beat the guy?
beat big men.
Oh my
Big
goodness.
men.
Where do you get that strength from?
I'm probably Samson's sister.
Oh my goodness. Minister, back then you were dealing with a lot of internal trauma, internal wounds.
Yeah.
Do you think that people that knew you back then knew what you were dealing with internally? Did you share? Did you say out of your mouth, well, I'm hurt, I'm battered, I'm bruised, anything like that?
I remember there was one girl that in school we were close, and she had genuinely seemed like she cared. I mean, I put her through all kind of different tests. Everybody else failed. She was the only one that stood up. She was the only one that succeeded. And I remember sharing a lot of what I was going through, and also with a teacher. I had two particular teachers I had love at Ellerslie. My food and nutrition teacher and my art teacher. And he for sure, he was Captain Aerographic. So he was a boot camp man.
Yeah.
He reminded me so much of my father. Stern. So
in terms of the sternness.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
The stern. I mean, and he was just no nonsense. He just would be like, go there, don't move. And so for me, because obviously, that's what he came up with. He was pretty much like that. He wasn't no wimpy body. You couldn't get away with a lot of things with him. So I used to trust him just to a certain extent, because he really helped me in secondary school. Okay. He helped me and my sister tremendously, because we were in and out of fights. Every single week we suspended. We up in, and next thing you look around, we in the office again, and the principal, Mr. Carbon, at the time said, again, what you do it, winner? What you do if you send your home, you come back when it's still with it again, and he, you know how they settle us down? They settle us down by making us prefects in Arose.
Really?
That's what we knew full well. We were hard dears.
Yes.
We used to bully the bullies. So I used to always say we bullying with a cause.
Right.
We bullying for a reason. You just think you should touch people like that, but
that's the mentality you had back then.
Exactly.
Right.
Just bullying for bullying. Not just for bullying sake, but to trouble those that troubling people. And so that's how they really got us to settle down from the fighting, consistent fighting. Me and my mom was so tired of going up high school, and then when we get home, blows.
You did settle down, and you guys became prefects
in full farm. And this same Captain Aerographic, he used to talk to us. He was our art teacher, so he used to talk to us, and he said, because of course, he with the boot camp, so he used to deal with us stern, and it was normal, for us, because everybody else was scared of us. There was teachers that didn't know how to approach us. Everybody was just scared, and so he was the only one that really stood up, along with the very sweet Miss Brooms. She was the opposite, but she was very sweet and patient with us.
Right.
So when a lot of people would look down and do a whole sort of things, our shift, she will always come and say, you know what? I still see the good in you.
Wow.
Can you imagine? It was only her. It was only her, our food and nutrition teacher. And so she, along with her and Prophet, they would have helped tremendously, sat and talked to us,
God gave them strategy of how to deal with you.
Yes. And it really helped, because they start telling us now about different programs and different things, and they put me for spite in the ISCF. They put me in the ISCF at school. Mind you, I don't want to hear about no ISCF at the time, but I went because they recommended it. And to my surprise, I actually had liked it, and then shortly after, I really had, I was given the vice president role
Really?
in
Oh,
ISCM.
wow,
All of this to calm me down.
No.
And it worked.
But you see what happened? Just like the teacher said that they saw the good in you.
Yeah.
It was like God revealed that, you see, what you're dealing with is not who you
Is not who I am.
who God has called you to be.
Yes.
So they saw, even though a lot of bad things was happening and you were manifesting some bad behaviors,
Yes.
so that teacher said, I
They
see
look,
some good in you.
yes.
And they began to put you in things that will birth out the good in you. And you know
Yes,
what?
please.
You notice it? They put you in things that cause you to function in your leadership role.
Leadership role, yes.
Because they know
please.
these are leaders.
Yeah.
These twin girls, these
Yeah.
are leaders.
Yes, please.
So what we want to do is put them to lead
Yeah.
in a positive light.
In a
And you're going
positive.
to see some things come out of them
Yes,
that no
please.
one has been seeing. That's so powerful.
Yes,
That
please.
is so amazing. Now I want to ask you, was there any time that you felt like numb and hopeless? Did you feel like you come to that place where you sat and say, well, I just feel like hopeless? And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. Countless times.
Mhm.
Countless times you come looking back and there's a whole lot of things. You know you want to do things, but I can't trust nobody. You know, you just, it's still at the back of your mind that every time you try to connect or somebody try to connect to you, that image and the whole ordeal with my father comes back up.
Yeah.
So it, even if somebody tries to get as close and it comes back up, I just
try to
shift, you know,
put up a wall and
put up a tremendous wall. And it was so serious, you know, that if somebody, as I said, get too familiar, too lovey, you know, too clingy, listen, I used to threaten them. I used to threaten them.
Because it was not normal for you.
It was not normal for me.
You thought that they had something up their sleeve.
It was always, for me, I was always suspicious. Is that you come with an agenda.
Right.
That's how taunting it was, you know, in that kind of space, you know, and environment, and what I had to deal with.
At the center of it all, it's you that I see. It's you.